So it might actually seem like common sense that you would be treating your reception team like rock stars, that they become the absolute pillars of so much of your conversions, minimizing of cancellations, etc. But so often we need to get a bit of a jump start happening. We need to get them to go from good to great, or maybe they've slipped off the boil. Either way, we all need it at different times. This is all about how to jumpstart your reception team. Let's go and get stuck in right now. So let me just put it up the front, so everyone's really, really clear about this. Your reception team, your admin team are the cornerstone of everything that happens inside your business. You go back 10 years and there used to be a whole lot of people that were probably the dinosaurs of the industry, being completely honest. Not being rude, but completely honest and real, that thought that they were better than a reception team because they were the practitioners. You know, I've spent X amount of years in the industry and I've done this amount of study and blah, blah, blah. Well, here's the thing. Pull your head out of your backside and realize that so much of the sales and the marketing success, the conversion on phone calls, the sell by chat, the closing of sales from all different avenues comes about because of the reception team. The ability to stop cancellations, to reduce those in place, it has a huge bearing on what is being done out the front at the reception level with the reception team and the admin team. So if you think that being the practitioner or the business owner is a more important job or that there's a hierarchy in place, pull your head out of your backside and realize that the reception team is literally the cornerstone. They are the pillars of your organization that's going to make or break so many more avenues of either success or hardship with your team and your business moving forward. So let's park that one there and put that into place. But in saying that, we also want to make sure that we're being very real and honest and direct about this situation as well. So yes, reception, admin, getting those ops done are the cornerstone and the pillars of your business. But that doesn't go without a level of accountability in place. And I think there's a lot of people that go quite soft on the reception side of things. It's not managed very well. There's certainly no metrics in place. There's no accountability. And as a net result, the reception team can easily come off the boil, can easily start slipping a little bit. I mean, hey, it's human nature. Anyone who thinks that we don't over a period of time come off the boil is absolutely kidding themselves. So we have to identify first and foremost and acknowledge that everyone in that situation is going to be doing the same thing. And we need to be able to refresh, retrain, and get things moving from there. And so one of the things that I actually find very interesting is the fact that so many business owners are really happy to put KPIs on their practitioners. They're really happy to talk in different Facebook groups about how to incentivize their practitioners. What type of financial incentives? Maybe there's some bonus structures in place that the business works with, or that they can put in place to try and motivate their team members, particularly the practitioners. But why is it if we have those avenues in place with KPIs, accountability measures, and everyone always likes to, there's lots of other business coachings out there that say you've got to have KPIs for the practitioners and blah, blah, blah. But how many people actually have KPIs in place for the reception team? Well, when you stop and think about it, they do perform a different role, but you need to have some type of scoreboard in place. So one of the first things I'll be saying, if you're needing to jumpstart your reception team and get more from them, maybe that you need more, a decrease in cancellations. Maybe you need to be able to get them better at converting sales, upselling, cross-selling, etc., following different sales and scripts. Well, here's the first thing. One, let's make sure that we have some really strong training in place. Again, that might sound quite obvious, but we always like to do the training as new team members. But when was the last time we actually did a refresher and did retraining of systems, scripts, etc. for all of the team members in reception that have been here more than just being the last one in the door as the newest team member? And so what I think always works brilliantly, and we do it all the time, is every time a new receptionist needs to come on board, a new manager, admin, reception, ops, etc., all of the team goes through a retraining, refreshing type approach. It means that we get the extra nuances, the FAQs, any up-to-date information. And here's the thing, we do it with all of our practitioners. We do it with clinical reasoning all the time. They have continuing professional development, internal workshops that they do every single week. They do external courses and then bring all the information from industry experts back into the team. So if we're doing it for all of the practitioners to keep up to date with the latest research, clinical reasoning, all of the do's and don'ts and industry news, etc., and we're then not forcing, but allowing everyone to build and grow practitioner-wise, why aren't we doing the same and offering the same extent of growth mentality to all of our reception as well? So it shouldn't be boring. It shouldn't be, I know it, because just like any practitioner, you don't know it. And we have to always upskill and keep getting ourselves better and grow more. And so we need to take that mentality with the reception team as well. So first of all, let's go through and make sure that all the new people are trained and onboarded properly, but let's also make sure and that everyone, regardless of whether they've been with you for 6 months, 6 years, etc., we've got people in our reception team that have been with us for 6 years, 7 years and longer. They make sure that, every couple of months they are going back through and refreshing on these parts of our models and systems, because they know that there's that little gold nugget that they're going to pick up that they'd forgotten or that they hadn't been doing, or maybe it's a different avenue of how they can sell these days. Obviously, COVID has changed a lot of different avenues, so it means we need to change our sales, our scripts, our processes, and as a net result, it means everyone can lift up in a much better framework in that avenue as well. And that then means it leads us to accountability. If we're going to make sure that we've got a patient pathway in place with our practitioners and that we run off the perfect consult pathway model that we have, and we can guarantee better outcomes for our clients, there's more accountability. If we have our 5 dials that every single team member individually gets every single week. And if we're going to be able to hold ourselves to account to produce more, have more impact, get better client results, ultimately have higher level of standards throughout the whole company, then it should only be fair that everyone is judged on different metrics, but obviously all are judged and accountable for delivering better results. I mean, the whole premise of the word Kaizen itself is it's the Japanese proverb for continuous improvement. So if we're always trying to continuously improve, we need to be accountable for delivering, better, more, greater efficiencies, more leverage, etc., each and every week. So that then leads you on to the next part of putting the right KPIs in place. So what are the right KPIs? We've got to be able to have a scoreboard. I think the two that you need to put in place, first of all, onto a reception team, have to be based in and around the cancellation number. And also, we need to make sure that we have the conversion rate as a percentage from the inquiries that they took in the previous week. And so let me explain it this way. Let's say you get 10 phone calls into the clinic and they secure 7 initial appointments this week. Great. So we know their cancellation. We know that their conversion is 70%. If you're in a situation where you actually have 5 visits on average with every new client and your average dollar sale is $100, then if you're getting 7 new clients this week, we know that the dollar value to the business is $3,500 because it's $500 per new client times by 7 is $3,500. So if we were to put in place an avenue with the right system and the best avenues to put the right scripts in place so that we actually secure 9 of those 10, not 7 each week, everything else stays the same, it would actually mean the business is going to have $4,500 of revenue coming in that week, not $3,500. So from 1 or 2 small changes and some refreshing work, retraining, or maybe training for the first time with the specific models that we utilize, we've actually grown the business $1,000 a week revenue in just that week alone. Now, if we're good managers, leaders, and good business owners, we should be looking for the small little things every single week that's going to move the needle the most. I like to phrase it, what's the one thing that you're going to be able to do that's going to make the boat go faster? Now, if we can do something simple like that every couple of months and we lift our conversions with our reception team from 7 out of 10 to 9 out of 10, and we know that we see people on average 5 times at $100 average dollar sale, that's their $1,000 a week. That's a $50,000 a year benefit to the business. And mostly, we're going to be able to take on those extra 5 or 6 or 8 different consults every week without more additional cost, which means it's not just an extra $50,000 revenue, but it's an extra $50,000 of profit. So there's little things in place that need to be straight up put in place to jumpstart the reception team. We need to make sure that we have the right KPIs in place and the right scoreboard to be able to be measured from, but we should also be concentrating a lot on the KPIs. What are the actual activities that are going to drive that result? We've got a model called the sales script audit. It's 9 boxes. It tells me exactly what to say and how to do things, and it guarantees to lift up the conversion rate. So that's what's going to drive them to get that KPI of 9 out of 10, not 7 out of 10. And then we have the cancellation eliminator, a 6-box process of exactly what to say and do and what to not say and do when people ring up to cancel. And so as a net result, we base it off systems and off models. People know it, they learn it. We visually have it there stuck on the desk next to the phone so that it's there as a step through. You don't really have to think. You just need to be able to see it. They know it, they learn it. A few little dot points jog their memory, and it means that people nail these scripts each and every time. But we also have a freestyle and a framework policy. So as a net result, they get to be their own person. They get to have their own, tonality and inflection. They know the process, they know the blueprint and the system, but they get to freestyle within inside that framework and change their own little bits and pieces, have their own dynamic influence on that process. As a net result, they know the activities they need to do to get better KPIs and have the scoreboard reflect that. They're accountable for delivering that. They understand the context of importance of this allows a business to grow so we can get more equipment, we can have a greater impact, we can, get new computer screens or whatever it happens to be. So they understand we get client outcomes, people are happier and healthier, it helps the business grow, we get more revenues, we all win out of it. Maybe if we hit a couple of these extra nice little revenue goals or the KPIs with the reception team, we get to go out and have dinner, etc., paid for. And so as a net result, it's a win-win-win. And when everyone in the reception team understands that context of importance, they're more likely to strive towards it as well. And as a net result, from these 3 or 4 little strategies, we can implement that straight away. We can grow the team. We can grow the culture. We use the right language. We have accountability measures in place of specific KPIs for that scoreboard. But the key performance activities that are going to drive that is what we coach them on and help them out with. They understand the context of importance. They know what they're doing and how they're doing. And it creates a really nice, harmonious, empowered environment for the reception admin team to work in to be able to have even more benefit for us driving forward for the business and the team and what we're trying to ultimately achieve with our clients to achieve our vision and our mission statements as well. So guys, that's the simplest way to use those little 4 steps to be able to jumpstart your admin and reception team right now so that they can fix the little challenges. Or maybe they already are really good. Fantastic. Let's take them to great. Loads we can work on, simple things that are very easy but drive huge amounts of results. It's those little 3 or 4 key factors that's going to make the boat go faster. That's what you need to focus on right now to jumpstart your admin and reception team and skyrocket forward from there. I'll talk to you again very soon. Hey guys, thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Profitable Practice Podcast. I would love nothing more than for you to be able to leave a review. I get so much joy out of listening and reading the amazing things that you guys say about this. So please subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Let's get some more fantastic information out there so all of us can grow the industry together. Cheers for now.